it's very important. It's very important that you get as much experience as possible if you can.
Okay.
Study and learn, ask questions, ask mentors, get mentors if you can.
So what I hear you saying is if you could turn back the hands of time, you'd have probably gotten a bit more experience working before jumping out?
I would have looked for mentors. I would have, you know, worked with mentors. So
a lot
of, yeah.
Okay, I hear you. Thank you so much, Abbas. It's been great chatting with you. I like what you said about mentors. I think that's one key thing that I think is sort of ignored to an extent in our society, and I'm personally quite passionate about that, and I like that you emphasize that as well. Thank you so much. It's been great chatting with Abbas, and when we return, we'll be meeting our corporate game changer, and he'll be having a game after that with our corporate game changer. So don't worry, he'll be back. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the show, and yes, we're about to meet our corporate game changer for today. I'm excited, you know, in a special way because she's actually a teacher, guys. Yes, Oluremi Adeshoko is no doubt an intelligent educationist with more than 11 years experience in the field of education. She's gained her experience from both British and Nigerian schools. Her love for teaching can be traced to her early years when she worked with her parents in a small community school. She'll be sharing with us today everything education and why you as well need to be a teacher. Welcome to the show, Oluremi. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
And you look good.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. I'm excited. I'm talking to a teacher. Yeah. Amazing, amazing. You actually found out how passionate you were about teaching from a very tender age. And, of course, because your parents owned a small school.
Yes.
Well, you got into University of Lagos and studied industrial chemistry. Why didn't you just study education?
Well, at that time, if you were studying education, you were looked down upon. It was like you didn't know what you were doing. You had to be in science or you had to be in the law faculty. So I was just like, no, that's not going to happen to me. I'm just going to do something.
So because of the prestige of not being an education student, you studied industrial chemistry.
Exactly.
And guys, we have to just change that. Like,
absolutely.
Why are our universities that way? So when people don't score as high, they just throw them into education. And right now, we need more people, passionate people. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, because tomorrow's leaders are made in schools. We expose them to the future, to what's happening in the world. We teach them how to be independent learners. We just can't let the people that are not up to par teach our children anymore. It shouldn't happen.
So how are you then able, because the moment you left school, you started teaching. How are you able to bag your first job without a degree in education? How did you get that?
Okay, there are assistant teacher roles. You learn on the job. So I got that right after NYC. Started assisting at a school in Ikoyi. And when I found out how they were teaching, particularly using the British curriculum, I was very, very much interested. I then went on for a postgraduate diploma in education. And that's how.
And so the moment you had your postgraduate diploma in education, did it change the trajectory of your career?
Absolutely. Like I said, I had always known that I was going to be a teacher. So that was just how to learn it for me. And I just continued that way, and I don't see myself.
Did you go online or for the course, or you had to travel to a school?
I did it online with the University of Sunderland, and they had to come for teaching practice checks. Okay. So they came in and they trained us and they worked with us right in the classroom.
Amazing. So you're saying that for people that didn't get the opportunity and privilege to study education, there's courses like that online actually that you can take to get your... What degree was that? What qualification? You said a postgraduate?
Yes, a PGCE.
PGCE.
Postgraduate Certificate in Education.
Amazing. And did that trigger a promotion for you?
Absolutely.
So what happened?
I got my class teacher role, and then it was up and away from there.
Amazing. And she's actually the assistant head teacher at the Foreshore School in Ikoyi at the moment.
Yes.
How is it leading a team of teachers at the right now? What skills do you have to bring to bear? Because teachers, you did answer my now you're leading teachers. What kind of skills do you have to bring to bear?
Well, leadership skills in terms of how am I going to put it? What's that word? Modeling.
Okay.
So you have to model teaching. You have to bring in even your IT skills, because teaching is going to a level nowadays that we want the children to be competent. So I do that with teachers, my training skills.
Any guidance. And when people are like, oh, I'm a lawyer, oh, I'm a corporate this, I'm a this, that. Personally, do you ever feel any certain way?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I always say my job is better than the bankers, because I'm sorry, they deal with money, but we deal with lives.
Oh my gosh.
We deal with the future.
True.
We make what is going to be. So I'm very proud, very happy to be where I am today.
I totally agree. What would you say to people that get into education not out of passion, but just because there was no job? What would you say to that?
They shouldn't be there. It's either they change their minds and begin to love it, or they should just find something else to do.
Can you make yourself love teaching?
Well, children also have this thing about them that makes you just love it. While we were learning, we're told that teaching is an art. You plan it, you prepare it like a production. You prepare it way ahead, and then you just come to the classroom to deliver and make the children believe it, and they love it. So when you love to plan, when you love to prepare, when you love to do a show, you would love teaching.
So you see it like a presentation.
Exactly.
More like, are you acting sometimes?
You could say that. You will be anything. You will be happy when you're not happy. You would read like you believe the story so much. If you're teaching RE, you will be a Muslim and a Christian and a Hindu person all at the same time, just to help the children understand. So it's like that.
When you encounter children with a special need or the other in the classroom, what has been your experience in that area? Because it's something that is rising in our generation.
Yes, we have found that to be. At some point, I watched a documentary about dyslexic people, and I found that even though they had learning difficulties in certain areas, they always have a special talent that no one else could match. So when I see such children, I'm looking right away for what it is that's special about them. I would always say that's how the good Lord made us all. We can't all be bankers, we can't all be IT people. We all have to have different roles to play here on earth. So their brain is wired in such a way that they are better at this thing. So we focus on that, we get them doing better, even though we still work to raise their cognitive skills.
Amazing. It's been such a pleasure speaking with you, and she's not going anywhere. When we return, it will be game time between our game changer, that's Abbas, and Oluremi. I can't wait to see who's going to win. See you when we get back. Welcome back to the show, and yes, it's game time, and of course I'm wearing Blisco. I love the whimsical feel to this fabric, and yes, I particularly love my Blisco because I would wash it and wash it and wash it and wash it, and it remains the same. Guys, are you ready for